what is the spiritual dream meaning of anger? What if the rage that destroyed Billie Holiday's life was also the very fire that kept her alive? And what if your dreams are trying to tell you the exact same thing?
She was born Eleanora Fagan, abandoned. At just 10 years old, she was raped and then sent to reform school as if she were the criminal. By 17, she was singing in Harlem clubs, literally turning her pain into this incredible haunting art. And by 44, she was arrested on her deathbed, handcuffed to a hospital bed, dying.
That fury, it was always there. You could hear it in every single aching note. You could see it in the reckless choices, in the drugs she used to quiet what she couldn't say out loud. Her anger never had a safe place to land. It had nowhere to go but through her. Her life is a brutal masterclass in what happens when a woman's anger has no witness. It eats her from the inside out.
So her life forces us to sit with some really hard questions. And these questions, they're for you. What does it mean when anger visits you in your sleep?
And why does your subconscious choose fire, storms, confrontation? Why these visceral, violent images?
And what is your soul actually trying to save when it sends you these dreams?
So let's get right to the truth, because there is a massive misunderstanding about what these dreams are really warning you about.
Let's get this straight right now. Your fear is that it means you're a bad person, that you're dangerous. But what it actually means is that something inside you is still alive. Something has been silenced for far too long.
There are 3 ways to decode the message. So, relationally, your dream is a cry for unmet needs. It is not a sign that you are evil. Cognitively, it's a rehearsal. It's the anger you push down all day finally getting a chance to speak. And spiritually, it's a direct signal that something in your life is deeply, deeply out of alignment.
And this matters so much, especially for women. We live in a culture that basically pathologizes female anger. We get punished for expressing it, socially, professionally, you name it. So that anger, it goes underground. And underground, it grows, it organizes, it waits. So the most crucial point is this: anger in your dreams isn't your enemy. It is the part of you that remembers what you deserved before the world told you to be smaller, quieter, more agreeable. It's your protector. And this brings us to the single most important reframe you can make about these dreams. The anger isn't the problem here. The dream is not the problem. The dream is the intervention. Your psyche is sending you a rescue mission. It's trying to get your attention before you betray yourself any further. And this right here illustrates the huge difference between Billie Holiday's story and yours. It's about what happens before the silence cost you everything, because you have options she just didn't have. Billie Holiday never got this intervention in her waking life. No one helped her decode the fire. Her anger just screamed for justice in the only ways it could, through destructive choices that look like self-sabotage, but were actually a desperate cry. No one ever told her this one simple, profound truth. Your anger is sacred information. Listen to it. Don't punish it. Don't silence it. Listen. Your dreams are speaking. It is time for you to learn the language before the silence costs you everything.
Part 2. These dreams you're having, they are not an accident. This isn't just random noise from your subconscious. No, these are specific psychological signals, targeted messages aimed right at your life right now. So you need to listen, because one of these is your story. One of these is the dream you keep having, and one of them is about you. First up, let's talk about the anger that never sees the light of day. The kind you've been taught to swallow, to police, to basically turn back on yourself. This is what it sounds like when your voice is suppressed. Ah, this one. It's the classic nightmare that just terrifies people. You open your mouth to scream, you can feel all that pure fury welling up, and then nothing. Absolutely nothing comes out. Look, this isn't a prediction of what might happen. It's a diagnosis of what's happening right now. Your soul is showing you, in the most vivid and horrifying way it can, that your voice has already been silenced in your waking life. You've learned, either through exhaustion or just constant rejection, that your anger is pointless. It won't be heard, so you stop trying. So, here's what you do. You have to take action. You don't have to go out and scream at somebody, not yet, but you have to stop pretending you have nothing to say. Pinpoint one relationship where you just swallow it down. Then get a piece of paper and write out exactly what you would say if you were 100% guaranteed to be safe. Just start there. Okay, let's move on to a different kind of suppression. This is the dream where you finally let it out. You finally get angry, and then bam, you're just crushed by this tidal wave of guilt and shame. That guilt? It isn't wisdom. It is a weapon that somebody else installed in you for their own convenience. You have been taught so well that your anger is wrong, that it's dangerous, that now even your own dream state is punishing you for it. I'm telling you, that feeling, it is not yours. So when you wake up from this dream, whatever you do not decide your anger was the problem. You have to resist that impulse. Instead, you're going to ask yourself a question. Whose voice is this? This guilty feeling? Whose voice is it in? Who taught me this? It's time to start separating their voice from your own. All right, now let's flip the script. What happens when that anger finally gets out? When it stops being this little internal whisper and becomes a force of nature? This is about the sheer power of your rage. You dream of a raging fire. Maybe you're even the one setting it. You know what fire is? It's transformation. Yeah, it's total destruction, but it's also what clears the ground so something new can grow. Listen, something in your life has to end. Your subconscious is done dropping gentle hints. It has moved on to controlled demolition. That fire you're dreaming about, that's your anger, and it is finally doing the job your conscious mind keeps putting off. The application here could not be more direct. Name it. Right now. Name the one thing, the job, the relationship, the version of you that you already know is over. That dream is just going to keep coming back until you act on what you already know to be true. And then there's this one, the dream where someone comes at you, tries to hurt you, and you fight back. And I mean viciously, completely. And for that moment in the dream, you feel so powerful. Your psyche is rehearsing. It's practicing what you haven't let yourself do when you're awake, and it's signaling a fundamental truth. You have every right to protect yourself. But it's also a warning. It means you are under threat right now in your waking life, and you are not defending yourself enough. So you have to take that fight seriously. Ask yourself, where am I actually under threat? Financially, emotionally, physically? And what would it look like if I defended myself with the exact same energy I had in that dream? This kind of anger isn't fire, it's ice. In the dream, you're precise, you're controlled, and you're utterly devastating. It's a cold, calculated rage. Let's be clear, this is not suppression. This is clarity. This is the dream you have when your totally valid anger has been dismissed as too emotional one too many times. That coldness is the part of you that knows exactly what happened, what was wrong, and what justice needs to look like. So trust it. That cold, analytical part of you is not the enemy. It's your discernment. You need to ask yourself, what does justice actually look like here? And are you pursuing it, or are you just settling? Okay, let's see how this all escalates when we bring other people into the mix. Because let's be real, anger rarely happens in a vacuum. It happens in our relationships. You know this dream. You're finally fighting back against a parent, a boss, a teacher, somebody who used to have power over you. These are your unresolved authority wounds coming to the surface. You're still arguing a case that was closed years ago. The verdict? Your anger is too much. You are too much. This dream is about you breaking an old, silent contract you made to keep yourself small just to make someone else comfortable. Here's how you start breaking it. Write a letter to that person from the dream. You're never going to send it, so just say everything. Get it all out. Then ask yourself, where in my life today am I still shrinking to make someone else comfortable at my own expense? But what about when you're not the angry one? You have a dream where you watch someone else just explode, either at you or near you, and you just feel frozen, terrified. I need to be crystal clear about this. This is not just a bad dream. It is the voice of stored trauma speaking to you. This is so often the dream of people who grew up around volatile, unpredictable anger. Your nervous system literally learned that rage equals danger. Your dream is trying to process what your body is still holding on to. This dream is begging you to finally separate someone else's rage from your own self-worth. Their anger is not proof that you're bad or that you deserve punishment. And look, if this dream keeps coming back, you need to seek out body-centered, somatic-based support. Your body needs help finishing a process your mind already gets. Now, for the mirror image, the dream where you fight for someone else, a child, a friend, a total stranger, with a ferocity you would never, ever access for yourself. You know what this means. It means your anger is perfectly healthy. It works just fine, but you've only given yourself permission to use it to protect other people. Somewhere down the line, you decided that their pain was worth the fire, but your own was not. This dream is your soul literally holding up a mirror. That person you're fighting for so fiercely in the dream, that's you. All of that protectiveness, that outrage, that refusal to back down, you need to apply it to yourself. Your suffering counts. You have to fight for yourself with that exact same force. And that brings us to the end game. These are the most urgent messages. They aren't just dreams anymore. This is it, the unavoidable call to action, the final warning. The anger in this dream isn't personal. It's bigger, it's atmospheric, it's elemental, it's a force of nature that's way bigger than just one person. Whether it's a tornado, a hurricane, or lightning, this dream is about collective anger. It's the anger you carry for your family, your community, your entire lineage. Or it means your own personal anger has finally hit critical mass. It's not about one thing anymore. It's about everything. The message here is simple. Stop apologizing for how big your feelings are. Stop saying it's not a big deal when it is, in fact, a very big deal. You need to find an outlet, whether it's creative, physical, or communal, for the sheer scale of what you feel. And finally, the most urgent signal your psyche can possibly send. The same dream. Over and over and over. The same fight, the same fire, the same frozen rage. Night after night. This is your psyche's emergency alert system, okay? And it is going to keep blaring until you respond. A reoccurring dream isn't a glitch. It is the most persistent, most loving intervention that your soul knows how to give you. But make no mistake, it is also your final warning. It means that unresolved anger is going to find another way out, a more destructive way to get your attention if you keep ignoring it. The directive here is simple. Make a list. What is this dream pointing to that you are flat out refusing to change? The dream will not stop until you act. Every single night it comes back is another night you're paying the price for avoidance. Stop paying, start moving. So, your dream is coming back. What are you gonna do?
Part 3. Okay, so you think you've figured out what your angry dreams mean. Let's get something straight right now. Look, all that knowledge, all that insight you think you have, it's worthless, absolutely useless unless you do something with it. I'm not talking about tomorrow or next week when you feel ready. I mean right now, because the longer you let this sit, the more that anger is going to find its own way out. And trust me, it's not going to be pretty. It won't ask for your permission.
All right, let's get into it. We've got 7 practical applications here, 7 weapons. Your job is to find yours. Find the one that makes you a little uncomfortable. Yeah, that's the one. And you're going to start today.
Okay, first up, this is for you, the woman who swears she's not an angry person. You're the peacekeeper, right? The one who smooths everything over. You don't do fights. But listen, if you're having these dreams, that anger is in there somewhere. It's real. Your job is to find it.
So tonight, you're on a mission, a little recon. I want you to get a notebook and answer these 3 questions with brutal, gut-wrenching honesty. No excuses. Number 1, what have I tolerated? 2, who do I shrink around? And 3, when do I say I'm fine when I'm anything but fine? We're not looking for solutions here. Not yet. We're just identifying the target. All right. Now, for the woman who knows she's angry. Oh, you know why. The problem isn't knowing. The problem is you feel completely and totally stuck, paralyzed. You're terrified that if you make one move, your whole life is just going to blow up.
Well, guess what? Your next move is not about blowing things up. It's about being lethally precise. This is not aggression. This is precision. So forget those messy, out-of-control outbursts. We're talking about surgical focus.
So here's what you're going to do this week. You're going to pick one situation, just one, and you're going to write this script out. No apologies, no softening the blow. You state the specific behavior, you state what needs to change, and you state the consequence if it doesn't. And then you say it out loud to their face. Your body has to learn that using your voice won't kill you.
Okay, let's talk to the creative woman. You live in your art, your music, your writing. That inner world is your sanctuary. I get it. Well, it's time to turn that sanctuary into an armory.
Here's your assignment. Create something directly from the anger. Not about it, not in spite of it, from it. There's no audience, there are no rules. Just pure, unfiltered expression. I'm talking about painting with colors that feel like rage. Building a playlist that matches the fire, not one that tries to put it out. And free writing, letting your anger have the pen and just letting it speak. This isn't just venting. This is mapping the territory so you know exactly where you're going.
And what if your anger comes from trauma? Yeah, you've been to therapy, you can explain the why like you're reading from a textbook, but you still wake up in the middle of the night with your heart trying to beat its way out of your chest.
Okay, listen closely, because this is the most important thing you'll hear. The problem is not just a story in your head. You can't just talk your way out of this. It's a physical reality. It is literally stored in your nervous system. Talking is not enough to finish this.
This is a medical issue. This is not optional. You have to take a body-first approach. So you're going to commit to one of these 3 times a week. Find someone trained in somatic experiencing. Look into EMDR therapy. Or get into some serious, vigorous movement. I'm talking boxing, running, something where you can let yourself feel that anger as you move. Your body is screaming for a physical release. It is time to listen.
All right, let's switch gears. For the spiritually oriented woman, you get it, right? You trust the language of the soul, of intuition. So I need you to stop looking at these dreams as just bad dreams. They're not disturbances. They are visitations.
So tomorrow morning, before your feet hit the floor, before the coffee, before anything, write down every detail of the dream. Then I want you to speak to it out loud. Ask it, what are you protecting? Ask, what must I do? And then, and this is everything, you sit in total silence and you wait. The answer's already there. You just have to get quiet enough to hear it.
Now, if you're in a tough relationship, let me tell you something. Your angry dreams are not random static. Oh no. They are laser focused. They are pointing a finger directly at someone. You need to pay attention.
See, your dreaming mind is way more honest than you are when you're awake. It doesn't make excuses, it doesn't rationalize away bad behavior, and that right there is the core truth of all of this. Your anger is not some irrational flaw. It's a compass, and it is pointing true north, directly at the problem. So this week, you're going to write down their name, the name of the person from your dreams, and then you're going to ask yourself, what am I tolerating? What truth am I absolutely terrified to speak? And what must change if I finally decide to believe my own anger? Look, the question isn't if the compass is broken. It's not. The question is if you've got the guts to follow it. And finally, this is for the woman who is just done. Done reading, done thinking, done waiting. You're ready to change everything right now. This is for you.
For the next 30 days, this is your new religion. It's simple and it is non-negotiable. Every single morning, you write down what your anger is demanding of you. Every midday, you pause and give that anger what it needs instead of swallowing it. And every single evening, you review one boundary you actually honored, one move you actually made.
And let me be crystal clear about something. This is not some cute little mood management program. This isn't about becoming less angry. This is a reclamation. This is about taking back your power. It's about reclaiming every part of yourself you were told was too much. So there it is. You've got the map. You have your weapon. That fire inside you, it has a purpose. And now you have zero excuses to let it go to waste. So the only question left is, what are you going to do with it? Begin tonight.